Look, if you've been paying any attention at all, you already know the software landscape of 2026 is completely unrecognizable from what we saw just a year or two ago. Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome to this explainer. Think of this as your definitive guide to the new state of the tech industry. Because if you're an entrepreneur or a founder trying to navigate the AI development space right now, what we're about to cover is absolutely critical. We're looking at a massive, fundamental paradigm shift in how successful software businesses are actually built today. So, let's take a quick trip back to early 2025. Everyone was totally obsessed with this concept of vibe coding. And hey, the idea was intoxicating, right? You just lounge back, chat with an AI model in plain, everyday English, and watch a full software application just sort of magically appear out of thin air. It really felt like absolute magic. But I need to be incredibly clear with you right now. Vibe coding is dead. That Wild West era of unstructured development is permanently over.
I'll just be blunt. If you're still trying to build a software business that way in 2026, you've already lost the game. If you've been sitting there, frustrated, stuck in these endless loops trying to get an AI to build your app through casual conversation, you really need to know that the top 1% of solo founders, the ones actually launching profitable SaaS products right now, they've completely abandoned that method. They have quietly shifted to something entirely different.
Let's break down exactly why this high-level prompt and pray method completely fell apart. Basically, this is when you give an AI abstract creative direction without strict structural boundaries. Now, look, for a small little script or a basic visual prototype, that works beautifully. It's totally great for tinkering on a Sunday afternoon with a heady cup of coffee. But here is the crucial point. The literal second you try to scale that basic prototype into a real SaaS business, one that actually requires secure user authentication, complex relational databases, payment webhooks, intricate state management, the whole vibe breaks down completely. And it leads directly to this absolute nightmare, the endless terminal loop. You know the exact agonizing frustration I'm talking about here. Picture sitting in a dimly lit room, just staring at a massive monitor as thousands of lines of red error text spin rapidly out of control in front of you. The AI enters an infinite loop of hallucinations. It fixes one broken function right, but in doing so, it accidentally shatters 3 others. Suddenly, you're stranded with thousands of lines of unmaintainable code that you don't even understand. You aren't building a scalable business anymore. You're literally just babysitting a terminal.
Section 1. The 2026 Shift, Spec-Driven Development.
Let's move to and see how this builds, because the top 1% of non-technical entrepreneurs didn't just abandon AI. They simply matured their approach into a highly organized, precise paradigm. Instead of asking a generative AI to immediately write raw code, they use specialized intelligence to build hyper-precise architecture specifications first. Imagine a sleek, ultra-modern digital blueprint unfolding cleanly, layer by layer in a 3D space, transitioning from an abstract wireframe into glowing, solid logic blocks. They're locking down the database schemas, the API routing maps, the page hierarchies, and explicit logic constraints way before a single line of back-end code is ever written.
The result of this upfront preparation is just staggering. When you feed a robust, bulletproof architecture blueprint into an AI engine, it doesn't loop, it doesn't hallucinate. It executes cleanly and flawlessly because its logical boundaries are mathematically defined from day one. It's precision engineering, not a guessing game.
Which brings us to Section 2, the code commodity reality.
This shift into spec-driven development reveals a really harsh market reality. Because autonomous agents can now instantly execute pristine code from these standardized specs, writing code itself has been completely commoditized. Its commercial value is rapidly, and I mean rapidly, approaching 0. Which brings us to this massive number, 95%. In 2026, your primary business bottleneck is no longer how do I build this app? The critical questions that are literally killing 95% of AI-generated applications today are entirely non-technical. They have absolutely nothing to do with the code itself.
The real question you must ask yourself, and you need to be aggressive about this, is this a painful problem that a specific market will actually pay for? How do you validate real market demand before wasting your time building a single feature? How do you construct a predictable marketing engine to consistently acquire paying customers? Building features is easy now, guys. Acquiring customers is the true challenge.
Picture this split reality for a second. On the left side, imagine an infinite digital wall of automated source code spinning out at lightning speed, turning a dull gray and just completely dissolving into nothing. It's commoditized, it's expected. But on the right side, you have a vibrant, illuminated pipeline glowing in brilliant neon orange. This is your validation, your marketing, your customer acquisition pipeline. That is where the actual lifeblood and value of your business exists today.
Let's move into Section 3, the end-to-end era.
And this brilliantly illustrates the modern software equation. If you're strictly using standalone AI coding utilities, you're only solving 20% of the software business equation. Sure, you might generate a really impressive code base, but without the other 80%, the business mechanics and the go-to-market strategy, you are left entirely stranded. You have a product for sure, but you have no business.
To actually win today, you must adopt a unified end-to-end system. This means utilizing a platform that starts by running autonomous market analysis to strictly score your idea's viability. Once validated, it outputs those precise technical blueprints and locked prompt structures required to build the product cleanly. And finally, it auto-generates your entire go-to-market engine. It scales seamlessly from an initial idea bubble right into a complete operational business dashboard showing real-time subscription revenue.
Winning today absolutely means having these crucial marketing assets generated alongside your code base from a single unified workspace. We're talking about high-converting landing pages, highly targeted ad hooks, and automated email onboarding sequences. The marketing is built concurrently with the product. It's the whole shebang.
So, the absolutely crucial takeaway boils down to this. You aren't just generating software code anymore. You are engineering a self-sustaining software company. That is the fundamental difference between the people still stuck in terminal loops and the founders who are actually scaling profitable SaaS products in 2026.
Finally, Section 4. Step out of the loop.
If you want to go deeper into exactly how this paradigm shift is playing out in the market, I highly recommend checking out another explainer breaking down the strategic framework. Just look for How to Build a SaaS Business with AI to jump right into that strategy next.
But look, if you want to skip the high-level theory and actually watch this end-to-end framework unfold live, you need to take action right now. There's a free weekly training webinar happening this Wednesday where you'll watch a real software business go from raw validation to product generation to customer acquisition strategy in real time. And if you're ready to get your hands dirty on your own project, start your free trial to test this ecosystem on your own ideas. Both the webinar registration and the free trial link are waiting for you right at the top of the description below. Stop guessing. It is time to step out of those chaotic vibe coding loops and go see how real software companies are actually being launched in 2026. Now, as always, a quick but necessary reminder. Individual results will definitely vary. Building a successful software business requires serious effort, strategy, and execution. No platform or tool guarantees income, but having the right blueprint, that changes absolutely everything. So I'll leave you with this final thought. As the entire industry shifts, will you be the one engineering a self-sustaining business or the one left behind in the dark babysitting a terminal? The choice is entirely yours. Go click those links below and I'll see you in the next explainer.